Australia's tropical dry season 2019. From late July to early November, it feels like I've seen more of this place than I have since learning over 12 years ago. Unprecedented dry means the whole place is now on fire, including this ridge to the right, just here on Mount Barney, and the slopes of Mount Lindsay behind on the right hand side. I meant to do more sailing, but with stories of yarn flying all over the place, I went out to Beachmont, where everyone needs to turn up much earlier. It's still tricky to get away though, but it's worth it if you do. On the left is Flying Fox, all that area is being burnt out now. I like to follow terrain, even if it's away from the roads.
This was about getting to base first, so I came in pretty low, just hit these low rocks, and luckily got a climb here at Mount Chingy and Lindsay behind. New South Wales, but it doesn't take long to get up, and there's a nice thermal on this ridge that runs down, and yeah, it's a nice place to start. We want to come back and fly.
Oh no! So yeah, I'm going to scrap the plans to fly down the caldera. The southeasterly is quite strong.
So the alternative was to fly the flats out towards Boona.
This guy was pretty cool, he popped out of nowhere.
But it ended up getting real hard here, and sometimes you'd work real hard for the climbs and then you just get slaughtered. Morning, absolutely gorgeous, bit of fog in the valley. And this was a different day. This was a 150k triangle day, I reckon. A few times, Egg Rock, I think they call it. And I was pretty pissed off. Yeah, I reckon 150k triangle was on. Got a lift with Felix back the next day for a quick scenic flight from Tambo.
Scratching, I'm getting up. It's a shame though, because I'm going to have to decide whether to go to work tomorrow.
Andrew dropped me off for a 4-day bivvy.
What a playground! Can't say I'm not nervous. Still a lot of dew on the ground because this cloud has been blocking launch. Oh shit! Beautiful section of ridge here. Been a pretty good run though. Barney massive. And what a cracker of a day. Flying all around there and finishing in an awesome spot. From the depths of the forest. Flying babe. Light lift. Well, I forgot my mobile phone this whole trip, so Byron Bay's a good landmark. I managed to fly around here, past the south facing cliffs. Well, nearly 4,000 feet, and what a beautiful light, hey? Nice clear air. I'm pretty deep now. Yeah, so ideally I'll get up and over. Just another 360 pan. I'm starting to recognise some of the hills around here. I've been around now. It's Kyogle there, that's the way I'm heading. It's all good, mate. Enough room for both of us. I've got to lift all the way up to here.
But there really isn't places you can take off from these hills. They're all covered in trees. That's the main problem with trying to do vol biv. I realised about now that I wasn't going to make it, so I pushed here for the highway.
This spot's where it's at. Oh, look at that, pretty scenic. Looks a bit like flax. So Barney and Lindsay, and very scenic and rainforesty. Kalani's out there. There's some guys having a picnic on that point. Pretty deep in the trees here, but there are openings in the river flats where I can land. Hey buddy! Well, he's pretty big actually. Hey matey. Cool experience either way, eh? Yep, gotta be happy with today's flight. Look at this scenery! Dave Snowden's wings flying side by side. Oh, thank you, Andy. Here we are, Mount Nebo. First time in years. The wind's coming from that way, from the north. Andy's back here. You can see the city, but it's pretty hazy today. This snake, I don't know if I've ever seen a snake this big. Oh, yeah. Mate, he's gonna lick me soon. Wow. I'm a bit too high. But yeah, you can see all the fire damage. Especially down here too. I'm tempted to go this way and maybe even try a triangle, but it'll be good to finish at the goal with the others. Great views of Barney, Mount Maroon. Goal's there, but it's only about 12:30. I think it's too early to go to goal. Mount Warning in the distance. Trying to get some views of Mount Maroon down there. Mount Superbus, looking pretty ominous. Wilson's Peak. Australia's on fire. Cunningham's Gap's up there somewhere. Down below me is the main divide, running behind the east coast of Australia. I've finally crossed it from Canungra. It's only taken over 12 years. Woohoo! Yeah, probably a bit of a waste of a day starting so late. There it is, Mount Lindsay. Well, that's Lindsay from the south side. Oh, this is good. Scrappy through here, like pretty blue. I want to head down that way, maybe towards Stanthorpe. Pretty sharp change in vegetation. 7,500 feet, Killarney's over there somewhere. Mostly dry creek. Well, I'm low enough to easily hear crickets. Tenterfield straight ahead, you can see it. These landing options are fantastic though. That rock just looks so good. Well, I've dived low into this place. It's where I got the infamous Australian handshake. Whoa! Did you like that? It's a good trick. Hey, no need for that, mate. Snuck up on me, you bastard. Oi, that's not cool, mate. Oi, fuck off, fuckhead. So we've kind of been hanging around here. Andrew's got a fairly big cravat there. Andrew and I are trying to get a climb in the lee of this bump. Over the lake. Nice work! Yeah, getting down could be a challenge.